Wait for the wizard to establish a connection with the BDMS server and all its services. Once the connection has been established, licenses have been checked, the message that further configuration steps can be done will appear. Click on the next button and you will be guided to the next step of the process, which is System. Here you can change the computer name, the network connection, the network settings, as well as the time settings. Click on the next button to continue. When changing the network settings of the device, you will need to reboot the device for the changes to take effect. After the unit reboots, restart the configuration wizard and continue with the next step in the configuration. In the third step of the configuration wizard, we can import any safe configuration and we can select the network adapter for local video network. In the next step, the wizard scans all the Bosch devices in the network. This might take a while, this is why you need to wait a little bit. Here you can select the devices that you want to add to the system. And in case the devices have not been prior configured, you can change the IP address of the selected devices under the Change Network Addresses section. Click Next. The authentication step allows you to set up an initial password for all the added devices. You can as well set up a global password to be applied on all the configured devices, as well on the SRV admin user, which is actually the VRM monitor user. Please note that the global password is going to be applied for the service, live and user of the camera. In the step 6, you can select the recording quality for each device added to the system and you can preview the camera image. Click Next to navigate to step 7, where you can select the recording profile of your devices and set up the retention time. Click Next to navigate to step 8, Storage. The wizard will automatically detect the iSCSI storage target that belongs to your DVR IP. By clicking on the plus button, you can add here additional iSCSI storage targets to your system. But first, please check the recommendation of how many of these targets can be added on the appliance that you have. Click Next to set up the user accounts and their passwords. By default, the admin account is already configured. The only thing that you need to do is to set up a new password. Click Apply to save the settings. To add a new user, highlight the user group you want to add the user to and click on the plus button. Here you can add the login name, the full name, and the description for the user. Click OK and configure the password for the user. You can also let the user decide whether he needs to change the password or not at the first logon. Click Apply and click Next. This is the last step of the wizard. An overview of everything that we have configured to the system is going to be displayed on the left hand side of the screen. Using this step, we can as well add some more licenses to the system if necessary. Save and activate the configuration. It's also highly recommended to save a backup of the configuration. Click on the Finish configuration and your system is now fully configured.